Okay. All right. So I always ask this question. I'm starting to record. I always ask this question everyone who comes on. So, and then we can just go from there. So, what is your name? How did you meet me? And tell us a little about yourself. And then then we'll just go.
My name's Bobby McFarland. Um, Kenny, I met you. Was it kindergarten that you came at this into St. Cashin's?
Yeah.
Met Kenny in kindergarten, and it only got weirder. Um, but better.
Yeah. Nice recovery. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but you would follow me around the parking lot and sing that song that
Dude,
you
that's
wrote about
amazing. It's amazing. My mom, I was just talking to my mom today. I was like, I'm talking to Bobby today, and she was like, Bobby, like Sir Bob a lot?
it.
I was like, yeah, I can't believe you remember that.
Oh man, I'll never forget that. That song still gets stuck in my head sometimes. But anyway, I digress. I'm Bobby. I know you from school, and I have ADD, and I am a uh, consulting chef in Raleigh, North Carolina now, and a freelance writer on the side. I write about food, which I went to school for. But yeah, I love to cook. I like to write. Um,
Yeah,
I
that's
like
it. Yeah, cool.
That's
And you
it.
like,
End
yeah,
of
you like
interview.
eating, yeah. I
Yeah.
made sure to pour myself some rum and coke, and then I have two beers here, so we can, so cheers.
Cheers, Ken.
It's been a while. Oh, dude, yeah. How long has it been? It's been, I think the last time I saw you, a bunch of us drunken, a drunken escapade in New York.
Oh God.
And you just
Yeah.
disappeared. You disappeared, and I was very scared.
I was scared. It was a bad decision leaving, but I ended up chasing a girl, and it did not like I'm gonna get you, like
Yeah, I know.
like texted her and uh, tried to continue pursuing a toxic relationship at that point. But that was a fun night that we all hung out. I think I met you guys in Brooklyn, and we ended up in Manhattan.
I think so. Yeah, all I
Yeah.
was sitting in this at the subway at like maybe 1 or 2 a.m. and you were just like, I have to go, and like the other two guys are just sitting there like, and I was like, wait, Bobby, like what? Like, please don't. Yeah, but
Yeah.
dude, so what was it that brought you down to North Carolina? I forget why. Was it that just for a job, or did you
Yeah.
fuck out?
Um, it wasn't like just a job though. It was my first chef that I ever had in New York. He was a great chef. I learned a ton under him, and we always had fun in the kitchen. And his wife is from Durham, and he was coming down here to open up a restaurant in Raleigh. And he asked me to come down and be his number two, so his chef de cuisine. And I was a line cook at the time at a really good restaurant, but a line cook. So it was like kind of a chance for me to get out of the grind in New York and kind of branch out on my own. I'd been living at home with my parents, which was great, and I love New Jersey, but it was time for me to kind of do my own thing and you know, paddle my own canoe a little bit. Um, and I came down here and worked at that restaurant for a year. Um, Grew up a lot as a person, made some choices, and now I really like where I'm at. I consult, so I'm not working like the crazy weekend hours as a chef anymore. I'm more writing menus, um, putting staff together and making sure that the kitchen and the team has what they need to succeed. But I can work on like 3 projects at once, and I can make my own hours.
Dude, you've always been like so confident and so decisive and proactive about stuff, like that's something that something that I've always admired about you.
Well, thank you, Kenny. It's funny that you use those words because like those aren't words that I would ever use to describe myself.
Hmm.
Confident, proactive. I just did my taxes today. They're due tomorrow.
Wait,
Like
me
I'm
too,
not a
dude.
proactive.
Dude, I used e-file. Dude, you use e-file?
TurboTax.
Oh, I wonder if that's I should try that. Well, e-file is great. It's just so fast.
I think like TurboTax wraps up with e-file. It's like, would you like to use e-file to complete your whatever? But like they
Mhm.
just walk you through it like an idiot could do it, you know?
Yeah.
It was a little harder for me this year because I was a consultant last year, but I still made out with some money because I didn't consult the whole year. And I don't make a lot of money, so they don't like nail me. But anyway, I
Yeah.
digress again. You use those three words to describe me, and I guess what I have done is like interesting and not what a lot of people, especially who went to Holy Cross, do. You know, venture out into the food world with no real training, but just a passion for cooking. And I'd say I made calculated next steps, but I definitely wasn't like I'm going to do this and I'm going to get it. It's like, all right, I'm here. What's next? Like, what's the next best thing that I can do? And my life story has kind of written itself chapter by chapter. Um, but it's good, man. I'm happy. I got a great girlfriend here in Raleigh.
It's
And
awesome.
yeah,
What
she's
is her name?
Lauren. I'm in her bedroom right now. Like that is not my tapestry. Those are not my stuffed animals.
Yeah.
Not my copy of Cosmo there.
No, well, that one I question. No, no.
All right, but it's not for what you think. Um,
Oh man. Yeah, dude, like after moving out of New York, like, I've always kind of like lived near family and like being in Florida now, that's I wasn't even sure actually if you knew I was in Florida because yeah, I've been down here for 2 years now. And because I think it's been probably 4 years since I maybe four years since I've seen you. Um, but um, but yeah, but like being down here without um like this is the kind of the first time that I've not been near family, and it's just crazy how much you really grow um when you're not near them, like when you have no one and you're just on
yeah,
your own and you have to just, guide yourself, it's been great. I mean, it's been great. I've actually started to really I became depressed here just doing acting all the time, like 14 hours a day for like 6 days a week. It was like, it's been crazy. And I don't know if I'm going to actually be an actor like long term. But I'm doing this channel and I love, I think that I'm starting to discover like, what do I love? I love my friends. I love actually like learning about them. I like kind of like storing knowledge and like, and I care about free speech. I care about, important issues and talking and learning. And so I think this is actually a great medium for me to kind of, try out, and see what happens with this experiment. So
yeah,
that's,
I love it. I
that's
mean,
where I am with
it's
that.
like a podcast, right?
It is.
Um,
It is. Yeah.
well, so tell me more about the work that you've been doing. You've been acting a lot. That's a lot of content, presumably.
Yeah.
Is it theater? Is it film? Is it online
Yeah.
based? What is it?
It's theater. It's all theater. It's a theater training program here. It's a 3-year program, which is much longer than I would want. But it was all for the third. So I finished my first 2 years, and my third year is all production, which is great. So it's just acting. But now with COVID, everything is pretty much like, yeah, I have no idea. Um, so and then the first 2 years have just been like, getting up at 8, being at the theater at 9. Like that's if I sleep in. Get to the theater at 9, stay there till 11 p.m. at night, pretty much for an hour break for lunch and dinner, and do that 6 days a week. We have one day off, for 2 years. So it's been, and when you don't get along with everyone in your ensemble, my ensemble is really talented and really smart. There are 12 of us. And when you don't really like some of them, it just sucks. Just really sucks.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I imagine there's a lot of ego in that room. 12 actors.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, when I'm the biggest ego, that it helps. So at least that at least I win on that end. So
Spoken like a true narcissist.
yeah, yeah, you know, yeah.
No,
So
you're not like that at all. I mean, yeah, for Kenny, I always, think of you, and I hope you're doing all right. Like you've always been this guy. You're like almost like an enigma. It's hard to kind of pin down. Um, Now, obviously, you're a loyal friend and you're a great person, but like you were just always thinking on another level and like being on like another level from all of us. When we were um, in seventh grade, you murdered me in Age of Mythology in like 2 minutes. Like I don't even know how you did it. Like you're like actually like way more intelligent than you know.
oh God,
I
oh
don't know.
God,
You're really smart. You're a really really smart dude, Ken, and I've always admired that and kind of been in awe of it. Um, yes.
Bobby. Jeez, that's really. I yeah. So one of the things here at grad school is like learning to like accept things about yourself, and like I can't accept it's like really hard for me to accept compliments. I think it's hard for most people, um,
Definitely.
right? Like I it's funny because like I say that to my like what you're saying is like that compliment, like I feel like I say that stuff to myself to just try to prove it to myself or like to try to convince myself, but then to hear it from the outside world, from you, like it's really it's hard for me to believe, and it's really nice of you to say. We're such old friends. We're such it's crazy. 25 years of life.
Yeah. Damn.
Dude, I remember field day at Brookdale Park, and it was the running competition. Do you remember this?
Yeah. I could never forget this. It was one of the
Dude,
best days of my life.
yeah, it's insane. And we had like preliminary runs, and like I don't know who I was running. I think I was running against like Samantha, who was pretty fast. She got like second place. So I won like little my preliminary thing. And then I just remember it was like the winners lined up, like five or six of us, and we ran, and you just fucking destroyed you destroyed it.
And I was like really short too. I was a short kid.
Yeah.
I just booked it. Yeah. And I didn't know I was a fast runner until that day. Like I had no idea. Because I played sports a lot, but I was just such a space cadet that I wasn't good at sports. Like during soccer games, I would be picking flowers. I
Yeah.
was like, you know,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, when after the first race, I remember like Miles and like some other people were like sitting down on the grass, and like um, I finished, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go sit down with my friends, and like one of the teachers was like, Bobby, like get back over there, like you won. And then I was like, oh, okay. So I go back over, and then like in one of the heats, like because we did a few different distances too. Like one of them, Jimmy was like gaining on it. He was like next to me. I was like, oh, like shit, like I gotta try. And then I like ran and sped up, and then I won again. Oh my god, it was awesome.
Yeah, we were always, I guess, in the recess, right? Like in school, like we were in like the playing tag group, not really the
Yeah,
football group.
I tried the playing football group, but they never threw me the ball, so I would just kind of teeter totter between them. And then in gym class, when they split the gym, we went to the kickball side a lot instead of the basketball side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It
exactly.
was like me, you, like Rob, and like most of the girls, and then like the guys plus Elise played basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. So what are some memories you have that like yeah, because I guess this is part of this is like I kind of want to document these memories that we have because I don't remember the same things you do, like Robert and Jimmy don't. So
Yeah. Um, I don't know, man. It's crazy that it was that long ago.
I remember Mrs. Rookie, just how freaking small she was.
Yeah.
I remember how like I stood on a chair with a ruler, and she was like, "Detention!" And I hate. It was awful. It was the worst. That was one of the worst days because the class before, Mr. O'Mara gave me a detention for moving my chair around.
Did you get a lot of detentions?
No, I only got 4 my whole time there, and 2. That was 2 in one day.
Oh man, that's a tough day.
Awful. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I remember in with Miss Rookie when we were doing the Stations of the Cross thing.
Oh yeah.
And we were like casting it, right? And like every guy wanted to be like a soldier, right? Like, and then like I didn't get that, and like nobody knew like who would play Jesus, and like Phil Russo really wanted to play Jesus, like we're really bad. And then I think, like I said, like under my breath, like, oh, maybe I'll play Jesus. Like I didn't get soldier. And then Miss Rookie was like, what? Jesus? 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 You say Jesus? And then I had to play Jesus. I put myself on the hook for that. And I think I had one line in the whole thing, and I forgot it. I forgot to say it. I was just like, Elise like had to like poke me.
My God, why have you forsaken me?
I said that one actually. I said that one, but to be fair, I said that every day of my life. But I said it was Father, forgive them was the one I forgot.
Dude, what if you had forgotten that? Like, my God. My God.
Said, not cool, guys.
Yeah, stab me now.
Oh,
I think I was Pontius Pilate in that one. That's well cast.
Yeah, definitely typecasting there. Is that the term? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Typecasting. Yeah, you got it.
I think my headphones are dying. I'm gonna turn them off.
Okay. Man. Yeah. This it was we missed you at the St. Cashin's Zoom call where we brought Miss Lombarski in.
I know, dude. I totally spaced it. Like I had every intention of doing it, and I just absolutely spaced it.
You said you were playing poker. I wish I could have been there playing poker with you. That would have been fun.
Oh yeah, you can get in on a game. I play with my high school buddies. I really stay in touch with those guys. I mean, I think for a middle school class, like our class has stayed in touch remarkably well. But I think something about being like at St. Peter's Prep, like the all boys high school, and like taking the train with those guys every day and getting in trouble, and like I don't know, like we really bonded and stayed in touch, which has been nice. Where did you go to high school again? Swiss Academy? Is that
Yeah,
it?
exactly. Dude, great memory. I did Swickley Academy from 8th grade to 12th grade. Yeah, man, like moving there was really hard. I remember like that's when I got my first cell phone, like this really kind of small brick thing, right?
I remember because you left it at my house once after, like when you were just coming back and we just played like video games in my basement. You left it in my basement, and I was a genius. I was like, he lost his phone. I was like, wait, I'm going to call his mom. And
That's perfect.
You got it back. But yeah, that was a brick. Was that a Nokia?
Yeah, exactly. Nokia. Wow, that was so long ago. Yeah, my gosh, I remember that. That must have been when we were in high school still. Like,
yeah, we might have even been in the 8th grade or 9th grade. It was early.
Wow. Yeah. What was I? I forgot what I was saying. What was I? Oh yeah, Swickley. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough because I just missed all you guys a ton, you know. I really wanted to finish out 8th grade with the St. Cashin's crew.
It wasn't the same without you, man. It wasn't.
All right, shut up. None of that.
Oh, come on, man. Like, nobody, like, followed me around at recess and, like, made me feel weird. And, like... Oh,
What would-
remember
what
when you railed us? You sabotaged our New Jersey song in the 4th grade.
Jimmy says that too. I totally forget that.
Yeah, you were the loudest, most confident singer, and you were wrong. And we were like all like moving on, but you like kept overpowering the correct lyrics. So we're like, I guess we're on that verse now, and we just like, oh man, like all the years that thing was put on for the whole school, and we were the ones to get it wrong because of your hubris.
Dude, I love that. I love that. Man, yeah, I remember the Leaf Project. That was strange. That was in 4th grade too, I think, or 3rd grade. Or no,
3rd or 4th. I think that was 4th also.
Mrs. Kelly hated me. She hated me.
Does she follow you on Facebook now? She likes some of my stuff once in a while.
I'm not on Facebook anymore, but I will be when yeah, I'm not on it now. But yeah, I mean,
like
she
right
must be
now?
what, like, yeah, I'm on it. No, like, no, like I don't. I had I've had Facebook before in the past, but like basically since Trump got elected, or since Bernie lost the first time around, I've been very low key on Facebook. I'm like kind of on and off,
Yeah.
mostly off. But
Yeah.
I mean, Mrs. Kelly must be like 80 now.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, she wasn't like. I mean, I guess when we were that age, everybody seemed old, but like she didn't seem young at that age when we were 9. So she was another short one. Her and Miss Rookie.
I really like Miss Pettinelli. I think her and Miss Lombarski were my favorite teachers, I think.
100% agree. 100%. They really, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the teachers were just kind of mean to boys too. I mean, probably for good reason, right? Like we were the worst, but like I felt like they really kind of got us, like with tough love. But like I never felt like, I don't know. I always felt dumber in other classrooms that weren't theirs. You know, like they always made me feel a little bit more capable and more empowered to learn. Like the dinosaur shit with Miss Pettinelli, I loved that. I actually like got engaged with the subject for the first time.
Dude, I don't remember that at all. The dinosaur thing?
Yeah, dinosaurs. Like there was like a whole marking period about maybe even 2 about dinosaurs. So it's like you just learn about all the different ones. You probably watched like The Land Before Time too at some point, but like it was like, yeah, it was like the big project for that year. Like Leaf Project is like, 4th grade or 3rd. I think it was 4th, but
I think 3rd grade was Banicula. That took 5 months or something to cover. That stupid book.
why does that sound so what is that?
Banicula. It was the one where the bunny drinks like the blood of the zucchini, and then they discover it and they're like, it's a white zucchini.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it took forever. It took like 5 months to cover one book.
One stupid vampire bunny book. Yeah, I phoned that one in. I was not paying attention for that.
Miss DeMarco. Hey, yeah, we said we're not going to talk about it. Hey, there's nothing incriminating. Everything is fine.
Yeah. Miss Marco. Oh man. What a babe.
Our 3rd grade class was just like
oh man. I remember one time like Owen was feeling like a little under the weather, and like he told Miss DeMarco, and she like went to take his temperature like on his forehead, but she used her lips because she's like, it's the most sensitive part of like, your body or whatever. And Owen was like on cloud 9, like for the rest of the year, like Miss DeMarco kissed me. And I was like, shut up, that wasn't a kiss, but I was like super jealous about it. Oh man.
I was always kind of like I forget how I felt about her. I was like, man, like everyone likes Miss DeMarco. I probably I think I forced myself to not like her because everyone liked her. It's just my contrarian nature or something. I don't know. weird.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if everyone loves someone, do the opposite. You know, there must be something wrong with them. Everyone, you know what I mean?
I don't know about that, Kenny.
I think. Oh, dude, I just had Alex Bliss on here the other day.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that nuts? Yeah, it's crazy.
he's getting some business off the ground, some passive income thing, and he called me about it, but it was at like the worst possible time. Um, and I don't know, I'm like I don't even have time for passive stuff, you know, like I'm like so absorbed in the world of food and stuff that it sounded cool when we were talking about it, but it also just sounded like too
More
much.
work. Yeah, just
Yeah.
another thing to.
And I would have to use my platform, I think, to, to try to get people on board. It sounded like what he was doing was like saving people money on travel by like booking, I don't know, he somehow got access to like lower rates or something, but I didn't have time for that. And my platform is all food, and I don't want my followers seeing anything but food.
Yeah,
So,
it makes sense. It makes. Yeah, what is your business like? Like, what is it like being a chef now and a writer? Like,
well, the writing is just fun. You know, my girlfriend writes for Raleigh magazine, and um, I helped them out at some photo shoots when like other chefs didn't show up to like shuck oysters for their cover photo or something like that. And I just happened to tell the owner of the magazine that I majored in writing and I love to write, and then she gave me a column in the magazine. So I tackle a subject every month. So it's not like clickbait or like like cool like poppy tips about whatever. It's like um, I definitely use my own voice and I talk about something basic. Like first month was salt, picking the right salt, picking the wrong salt,
wow.
using like the importance of it. It makes food taste more like itself. If you make something, you put a lot of time into it, and it's like the perfect texture, perfect consistency, you did everything right, and it just kind of tastes like meh, it probably just needs a little salt or a lot. The amount that we use in restaurants is a lot more than you'd think. I tell home cooks to like salt something, and it's never like enough. Like we're way more heavy-handed in a restaurant. I'm also particular about my brand of utility, like kosher salt. But I open it up with like a story of me on the line and like just like start it in action. Like you're thinking like, in your world, like, you want to start like a scene in the action of the scene. You don't want to like just gently like brush around it. So yeah, like I just work really hard to just craft something that is enjoyable to read and that teaches people something. I cover, making a good salad dressing, but instead of giving somebody a recipe, I give them a template where they can choose their own ingredients and like get creative with it. So I really love doing that, and I hope that it turns into something. I started cooking because I wanted to get into food media. And I felt like a lot of people in food media, whether it's like Food Network or, even these food blogs that are so popular, like so many of them don't know what it's like to actually be in the trenches and be cooking for people every day. So I started cooking so that I could get that experience, and it kind of consumed me for a few years. My life as a consulting chef is a lot better than my life as a line cook was. My time as a line cook was extremely necessary to get me to this point because, nobody's going to take orders from a guy who hasn't been there. But my life is good, man. I write menus, I staff kitchens, show up during the day, help prep things, make sure recipes are able to be scaled up and work for the kitchen that they're in. Like if I have an idea, right, and it's just like it seems like a really good thing, like you have it written down, like yes, I would order that, and I cook it for the owners, and it tastes really good, and they like it. But then I put it in the hands of a kitchen team, and they just can't seem to scale up and get it right consistently. Then like I have to make the decision and scrap that dish and pick something else, or make major changes to how it's prepped or whatever. But it's just a lot of like creativity and problem solving. And as long as I make my schedule so that I'm, working, my fair share of hours and like putting in the work during the day, I can really make some free time and, enjoy my life.
Dude, like you talk about it so passionately, like food and like it's just yeah, it's just really cool. Like, yeah, I just think it's really impressive. It's like you're kind of talking another language in a way, like talking about like all these different kinds of salts and like consulting chef, like there's a whole kind of like business to that, like a whole background that I have no, like, like so many things that you had to do to get to that point that like me and millions, billions of other people just have absolutely no idea.
I stumbled into it, man. I left a restaurant and then I was working this like high-end catering stuff. This like guy, he's a really good caterer, but he got his, he cuts his teeth doing these pop-up dinners every month that are super popular, and they sell out in like, 5 minutes, like 200 tickets. He does them one weekend, once a month, like for the whole weekend, Thursday or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Surprise location, only local ingredients, like the things that guy manages to source locally and what he refuses to source if it's not local is crazy. Like the creativity that went into writing those menus with him, it was a blast. But so I left a normal traditional kitchen job to figure my shit out. As you probably know, I used to take Adderall for my ADD, and I got a little carried away with it. It was, just that dopamine rush of taking it. It distracted me from a lot of other problems in my life that I didn't want to address. And my parents were like, we love you, and we need you to get better, and we'll support you. So I took this, part-time to almost full-time job that paid enough to pay my way. And I was patient, and I was like, I'm just gonna do this, keep myself sane, and like figure out what's next. And then eventually my buddy, who runs a really popular podcast here in North Carolina called the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast, he got hooked up with somebody who was trying to open a restaurant here, and they needed some help getting it off the ground. He's an experienced general manager, and he was like, I need somebody to do the menu. And I did it. And then I got a call from somebody else, and then somebody else, and then I had a business, and I didn't even mean for it to happen. But it's amazing, and I'm so grateful for my clients, and I just love that I get to do this, and write menus and connect with line cooks and feed people. They're the line cooks do really, the dirty work, and I hope that they can, get the opportunity to learn and appreciate the menu like I got to do coming up. But for me, it's been a real blessing lately. So,
how long have you been there now? 3 years?
Yeah, almost 4.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's crazy. Man,
Yeah.
2029. When is your birthday again? September?
It was June 23rd.
Oh, dude, happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm 29 now.
Yeah, we're all 29.
Yeah. You're going to be the first one at 30. You were the old guy.
Yeah, I was the old one. Yeah, November, and then yeah. I guess
your maturity really shone through on your age, for sure.
Bobby, you are giving me too much. You're giving me. Yeah. We gotta. You know what we should do is we should get a group of us and just go paintballing together or something.
Yeah, I'm a total pansy, but I would do that for you.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so I used to go paintballing sometimes, but honestly, I would hide. I pick a spot, and I'd kind of just poke out once in a while. I get like the most kills on the team because it was a small map. I'm talking like it's a video game. It was a small room that we're in. And I would just like kind of figure out what the other team was doing, and I just like pop them. And like the only times I got shot like on my gun. That's how much of a pansy I was.
Dude, what would you, if we got together, if we got a good group together, what would you want to do?
I mean, paintballing sounds fun, but you guys would have to shoot me like a firing squad, like that scene in the Mighty Ducks where they shoot pucks at Goldberg, the goalie, until he's not afraid of stopping pucks anymore. Like you just need to fucking firing squad me until I wasn't afraid of paintball anymore.
Until you have so many welts on your body that you wouldn't anymore. Well, your nerves would be shot. Oh.
I feel nothing. Let's do this.
Well, now like everyone is pretty much out of New Jersey at this point, I think. Well, I think Jimmy is in New Jersey. Robert is going to move down to Philly, apparently. Yeah, I think someone is in Ireland. I think a lot of the girls are still. I think Alyssa was in Hawaii, but now she's going to be moving back to. I don't know. Have you been keeping in touch with any of the people?
Not really.
Some
like when I was living at home, I was staying in touch a lot better. But honestly, like my life down here is like really flourished. Like I have so many great friends in Raleigh, and it's it's no love lost for my my other friends, but it's you talk more with the people that you see every day, and days without talking to somebody turns into weeks, turns into years really fast. And yeah, I hope everybody from my class is doing well.
Yeah, I think the thing with good old friends is that you can just hop on Zoom and like pretty much have it be like normal. I think
Yeah, I think this is going okay.
Yeah, this honestly, sucks, Bobby.
I would expect you to jump in hot and just start making me uncomfortable real quick. I thought it was gonna like a game show and there'd be like flashing lights behind you and like.
Dude, I wish maybe one day. That's the long game.
Kenny, last time I saw you, actually, right when I showed up to that bar, I was late. I was coming from work. You stood up on like the bench where you guys were sitting outside, and you started clapping and like yelling "Top Chef" at me. At the bar, we're just like, "Is this somebody famous? Like what? Like?" And like, of course, like Rob and like whoever else is there, like joined in. And I was so mortified. I was like, and these like Brooklyn hipsters are like gonna judge me and like.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Well, dude, what's a good uncomfortable question I should ask you? Feed you your own bullet.
No, I don't know. I honestly was trying to think of one to prepare for this, and I couldn't. So I'm a pretty open book.
Dude, I have fucked up so many people's lives over the course of the last like maybe 10 years. I really have. I think I've really.
Yeah, tell me one.
Oh God.
I hope you're being silly.
Some person like gets thrown in front of a train.
Yeah, right.
I like tell you very earnestly about how I murdered.
And
yeah, accidentally put him down the what's it called, the disposal.
Oh God.
No one has been hurt physically. But no, dude, in college, like usually it happens unintentionally because I always mean well. But I just, like in college, there was this guy who I was an RA, and there was another friend of mine, I guess an acquaintance. I considered him a friend who was an RA too. And I had heard through the grapevine, which is, how I know now that I made a huge mistake, that he he was like supposed to be on duty one night, and he had like gone to the movies instead, and I was like so fucking angry about that. I was like, you should be doing your duty, you know, so self-righteous of me. And so like I had to check in with my boss, who was basically almost his boss too. And I was like, oh, like there was this, I heard that, this guy went to the movies instead of like doing his rounds and stuff. And they called him in and they fired him and they ejected him from his home. And he was like homeless for like 2 months in school. It was, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude, and I was like, oh, and he would like not talk to me. He just did not talk to me he didn't talk to me for the rest of he saw me and he would like cross the street. It was awful. It was just fucking, unintentional, really. So yeah, so that's
Yeah.
that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years, Bobby,
Well, I mean, if I was an RA, I would go to the movies too, to be honest. I don't want to write kids up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That being an RA was...
Well, as long as you realize that it's the self-righteousness that you gotta, watch out for, because
yeah, I think I've always been that.
Lessons learned,
Yeah. Did I ever come off that way with you, like really self-righteous?
No, I never got the feeling that you were gonna hurt me, or like that your ego would somehow, we didn't argue, we had no beef ever.
All we did was listen to Steely Dan in the car.
Oh my God, Babylon Sisters came on at the coffee shop that I'm consulting for, and if I wasn't in a meeting, I meant to text you right away. But like, I was going over the architect's plans for the kitchen, and I was like, this would be an inappropriate time for me. Like, hey, like, shut up for a second. I need to text my friends.
Babylon Sisters, man, I love that song.
Number
12 on the album. I remember the exact number. There's 12 on Steely Dan, Best of Steely Dan Part 2. Memorize that album.
Drive west on Sunset to the Sea.
Turn that jungle music down.
Justin, you're out of town.
This is the one night stand. It's a real occasion.
I lost it.
That's okay. Close your eyes and you'll be there.
Everything they say.
The end of a perfect day.
Distant lights from across the bay.
Yeah. Dude, amazing, man.
God.
It's incredible. That's incredible. So good. Oh, where can we go from here? What do we talk about? Let's talk about Black Lives Matter. No.
Well, they certainly do. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the whole situation. Just the way people are reacting to people saying Black Lives Matter is driving me crazy. It's like, why do you feel the need to like disagree with that verbally or in any way? It's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think you've actually seen the other videos that I've done.
I'm not. I wanted to be surprised.
Yeah. Well, what I've been doing is I actually talk to strangers on Zoom. I find them on Omegle and then I bring them over to Zoom. Omegle? It's like chat roulette. In these things, like I'm so used to having it be an interview. It's just this. I think this is from like trying to help me like learn how to just have a conversation in a way. It's strange.
Kenny, tell me about the last meal that you cooked for yourself.
Oh God, it is a masterpiece. It was
Gotta get
Instagram. Yeah? No, it's so I make tilapia. What I do is I take lemon, like a lemon vinaigrette salad dressing. I put it in a bowl. And I take tilapia and I put in like a fillet, and I take a fork and I like, poke it so that it like seeps in there, marinate a little bit.
Perforate it, yeah.
What is that called?
You perforate it, essentially.
Perforated. That's great. And I don't think I ever use that word ever. Perforate. And then while that's cooking, I make my rice, right? So I just use basmati rice, or no, I've been using jasmine rice.
Nice.
Been putting in. I don't put in like a specific amount. I sprinkle in garlic salt, lemon pepper, and olive oil. Then I cut up some tomatoes. I mix after that's all. After I use the rice cooker, I put the rice and the tomatoes together, and I put the fish on top, and then I eat that. That's the thing I made last.
Nice. And you do that regularly?
I do that twice a week. Yeah, about. Hmm?
That's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pescatarian. I don't eat meat. Yeah, I have been pescatarian since 2011, actually. Isn't that crazy?
I guess maybe you must have told me.
I don't really talk about it.
Yeah, I probably asked though, or like probably invited you to like come eat at the restaurant in New York, and you probably mentioned it. Now that you say that, but no, that sounds good. I don't eat tilapia.
What are your thoughts of it?
So tilapia is a farmed fish, and I'm not like one of those like wild is always better, but with tilapia, it's so easy to raise tilapia that the sources can be sketchy. There's I think they farm striped bass with tilapia because the tilapia eats the bass poop.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Are you kidding me? So I'm eating like bass shit fish, basically. I'm gonna call it bass shit from now on.
Yeah. I mean, might as well. But
Oh
no,
my
I mean, but
God,
it's it's a very like clean, simple, like flavored fish. It takes on marinades great. Alton Brown uses it for tacos because it's so neutral. But it's not the fish. Like I think it's a great tool because it's so easy to grow and sustainable, and so much of the world is hungry. But I don't know. I try to I steer away from it when I'm cooking fish. Just for that.
Do you have good some good like simple recipes for making fish that you'd recommend?
Yeah, so there's a fucking fancy French term for it, but it's like it basically translates to in parchment, where you um, like take a fillet, and like honestly, you can buy like the pre-frozen cod or haddock fillets, and that's a much better bet for it might be a little bit more expensive, but you put it in like the pouch with some like herbs, maybe some parsley and like lemon slices, whatever, maybe a little diced, like cut up jalapeno if you want to live on the wild side a little bit, and just close it and just like kind of fold it like an envelope and throw it in the oven, and it like kind of steams itself gently. And that's like a really nice, cool way to do it. You could even throw like green beans in there with it, and like it'll cook everything together. It's a French. There's a hold on. Fish and popula. Oh God, I'm butchering it.
That's okay. Fish. You're just Could you put it in the chat actually? Just type.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Because I am butchering it.
Let's see. Also, could you send me the link to your friend's food and beverage podcast that you were talking about that you got involved with?
Yes. Do you use Spotify? Is that a good way to do it?
Yeah, I do use Spotify. Yeah.
Here, I'll just type in the name of it, and you can find it on anything.
That's great. I'll do that.
And I've been on this podcast a few times too. My girlfriend Lauren does their social media, and I was a guest on one of their episodes about they interviewed this guy who like makes charcuterie, so like cured meat and stuff. And I used to work for this company called Salu Maria BLSE in New York. It makes the best stuff like in the country, and like experts, Michael Ruhlman, namely, thinks that their stuff is the best in the country and maybe the world. And I love that brand, and the hosts of the podcast knew that, so they invited me on and they introduced me. They're like, well, we wanted to bring an expert on because the topic was cured meat, and since we couldn't find one, we brought Bobby McFarland. And my girlfriend was doing their social media, and they post a picture with every episode, and she saw a picture of me and started following me on her personal account and like liking my posts, and then commented on one. So I slid into the DMs, and it's a modern love story.
Wow, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, we've known each other now for like 2 years, but we started dating officially a little over a year ago. It's going great, honestly. She's never has a bad day. I mean, she wouldn't say that, but like she's always happy and like never start shit. I find myself trying to find things wrong because like I'm just so used to relationships where something's wrong. Like,
yeah,
somebody who's just reasonable and always on my side and on my team is just like, I couldn't ask for anything better. So
I'd actually kind of love to to hear your thoughts of your kind of like journey with relationships and stuff, and just like what are the things that what are the kind of like hard lessons you've learned from relationships, and like was there a particular kind of girl that you were attracted to that now you feel like you are getting over, like a type of person, or is that a thing even?
Yeah, I mean, I think that right when I get the feeling that somebody doesn't want me or is slipping away, I double down, and I would even act out of character to try to win that person. That
Me
night
too.
that I met you in New York, it was a very much a situation of that.
What
And
ended up happening that night? Could I ask you? Do you remember?
yeah, well, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, cool.
It
Okay.
was yeah, like she wanted to meet up, and then she didn't, and then I just like freaked out and
Oh, dude, you deserve.
self-rejected.
Yeah, I mean, you deserve what you have now.
I appreciate it, Kenny. Yeah, don't date somebody who's like a fixer-upper. Like date somebody who you really love who they are, and somebody who loves who you are and doesn't want to change you. I know it's a cliche, but like it's so easy to like be like, oh, this girl really likes me, like there must be something wrong, or like I want the girl who doesn't want me because that'll validate me even more. No, you're looking for somebody who you can like come home to and feel safe, and like obviously I never felt in danger with anybody, but like you feel like I'm going home and that's a good thing. I don't need to go to the bar. I don't need to go like distract myself somewhere.
Dude, I have been attracted to, like, I think I've had maybe three girls in my life where they didn't want me and they were damaged and they were the most attractive women. They were just like, and I was just like, you know what, like, I know, like, I think what I was attracted to was this idea of like, man, like if only they would like sit and actually listen to me and my advice, it could really help them, and I don't care if they, manipulate me and just use me, because like it'll be worth it if I just kind of help them or fix them in some way, even if I sacrifice my own happiness for it. And
Yeah.
yeah, that lasted for me for, well, one girl, like I was head over heels for her for 2 years. That was at the clown company. And then there's someone here too who's like pretty kind of damaged, but yeah, just I just have to say, you know what, like that, I can't control that. I cannot control you, and I need to just choose the love that I deserve. I need to,
Yeah.
be with someone who lifts me up and who I lift up. Just by being me. It's really hard, easier said than done. It's fucking hard.
way easier. And if you're, spending all this fruitless energy on somebody and draining yourself, then she's not changing and you're getting worse and you're feeling worse, and like nobody's winning in that situation. And as guys, it's easy to like see somebody who's attractive though and trick yourself into any reason why it might be a good idea to keep pursuing it. It's like a messiah complex, but like you get laid, so it's
Yeah, I mean that's true.
yeah. um
How many relationships have you been in? Or would you say?
like
What does that even mean, right? What is a relationship?
nowadays, right? But like I'd say maybe like five, now six. um yeah, I'd say that's about right. um yeah, and none of them were even close to this one. So
What
they
is it?
weren't
What is?
some of them were just like young and like, like before college or whatever, and like, and some of them I was the shithead. So, it's all different.
Yeah, I've been kind of. I had this thing for years. I think I'm actually coming out of it now. Um, where I would have like 4 month stints with women. It was interesting, and I don't really even consider those relationships really because like I was not in love with them. I didn't fully commit, but I feel like I'm coming out of it now. Thank God. I think it was the yeah, I don't know, COVID or something. Maybe maybe me realizing that the things that I actually really like and yeah,
But with your work hours, Kenny, and like just like, and not just the time spent at work, but the emotional involvement required to do what you do there, I can't imagine like being able to emotionally have the currency for a relationship. Um, I
right.
couldn't. Um, you almost got to accept that it's going to be casual and like be mature about it at that point.
Oh, yeah. I think I messed up on that. Yeah, I think I wanted things to be casual, but I also wanted them to be shrouded in an idea of a relationship. And I just couldn't. I mean, that's not fair to her. That's not fair to me. And I just, yeah, I guess that's what life is just a bunch of mistakes that we try to live through and learn from and stuff. And I don't know what the fuck it is. you know,
Triumph, there's everything.
but it makes it easier to have friends to talk to about it. You know, it'd be really nice to like just be sit down with you and have a beer like in person. One of these days.
Where are you in Florida?
I'm in Sarasota, which is close to Tampa.
Okay.
You know.
So west.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, really nice beaches.
Hmm.
I've been biking a lot. I like that a lot. So yeah, I've grown out this facial hair. I don't think you've seen me with like the hair and the yeah the new thing, and I like it.
I've seen the Ravens hat.
Have you known that I've been a Ravens fan?
Yeah. Yeah. It was always very curious, passionate sports affiliation. Like, oh, Kenny, like, he makes goofy songs and he fucking loves the Ravens. Weird, like macho quality.
Yeah, the only one.
Speaking of that, I'm sorry. Like we were talking about your relationships, and it was a very serious topic, so I didn't want to make light of it. But you said
Yeah.
something. You were like, and then this one girl in the clown company. I was like, that's the person who's not listening, like a fly on the wall who doesn't know you, would have been like, the what? Tell me about that.
Oh my God, dude, it's crazy. Like I, I think of it as a whole nother life ago. Already, and it's only been 2 years. But like, dude, like doing that, I did 1,500 parties over the course of 5 years. So if you consider that's 250 weekends, and in that 250 weekends, I did 1,500 parties. So that's about seven. That's about seven a week for 5 years. It was incredible. It was insane.
You caused so many nightmares.
Yeah. Come on, I promise I won't touch you. God, fucking freaky.
Movie It, the Kenny Fedorko.
Yeah, it was. I made so much money. It was incredible. It was. You started out making $25 an hour plus tips, and then I ended. I ended up the last year I was there. I was making $1,000 a week, just doing. It was. I mean, so what's funny is like I go right to the money because like that's the reason I was doing it in the end. Like that's. It was just like kind of soulless work for a long time. Um, but in the beginning, and it,
Motif of the sad clown. There's some truth behind that.
oh yeah, like yeah, the people who were doing that job for 5 years, I would take time off too, to go and travel and do my acting thing and going to tours. I went to California for summer, but like, um, yeah, a lot of it was for the money. It was flexible. I worked like at most 4 days, 4 or 5 days a week. Um, Normally two to 3 days a week. Yeah, I would. I don't. Yeah, what I have no idea what to talk about with it. Like it's like a
Did you ever make a kid cry?
yeah, definitely.
That's one thing you can talk about.
Yeah, interesting. Making a kid cry. So it it was like a like kids kids are freaked out by so okay, so the whole clown thing, right? You go into a party and really it's not kind of the idea, like it's not like that show Baskets that you see on FX, like or like it or any of these other kind of like as clowns, like modern day clowns, we just go in with an obnoxious bright outfit and a hat and like a gigantic case and a cotton candy machine. And like we're like, hey, and all the kids are like, the clown is here, the clown is here. And like you set up and actually I'm kind of getting nostalgic about it. It is fun, like you get your balloons out, you get your music set up, you get your cotton candy machine set up, you get your magic set up, you put the bunny into the box to be able to like use for the magic show. And but the kids that cried, the things they were scared about weren't weren't like the energy so much as like the hat. Like if kids like started to freak out, all you'd have to do is take off your hat and they would be fine. You just talk to them like a normal person and they'd be like, "Oh, this isn't a freaky thing that's going to eat me. He's a person, I think."
Did your hat say "I'm gonna fucking kill you" on it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it said look out. Yeah. It's yeah. Yeah, it's a weird it's a weird fucking job. But I was so lucky. Like my second week in New York, I was at a film shoot and this woman that I was talking to, she was like, "You seem really like enthusiastic and nice and do you want to work at a clown company?" I was like, "Uh-huh." Yeah, and I got it, Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Is some of that supporting what you're doing now financially at school? Some of that clown
Uh,
money?
it it did my first year. It did my
Yeah.
first year. And then not anymore. I spent I burned through that cash. Yeah, I should have put some into a 401k, but I'll do that in 10 years.
They're not going to exist in 10 years.
Yeah, we're going to be all underwater.
Oh, man.
Are you optimistic about the future?
I try to be. I have no reason. It does not serve me not to be. So focus on what's good. Focus on the fact that no matter what happens, people need to eat, and it will be a relevant thing. Um, yeah, you know.
How about your family? What's going on with your family?
Um, Family's good. My sister is still like an all-star, overachieving person, but I mean,
Yeah, she was always into math, right?
oh, she was good at everything. Like she was a figure skater, she was a soccer captain, she set county records for sprinting, like, and she's like tiny and like short too, and like great GPA at Holy Cross, and got a job from her internship at UBS. So she works in finance, but politically she's very reasonable and smart and a caring person. Um, can't say enough good things about Seton. You know, she is amazing.
She's just always been cool, but I guess I never really talked to her. She was always so much younger. It seemed like she was always so much younger than us.
Yeah, she's tiny, but she's 3 years younger than us. But yeah, she
Wow.
does. Like, she's always looked young. Uh, and I don't know, like we were so busy shooting each other with rubber band guns when we were hanging out, like paying attention.
That's what I was forgetting. Rubber band gun wars.
Yeah,
Oh my God, those were the best. Those were the best.
those are great.
Oh my God, I need to get that Tommy gun. I remember I had that Tommy gun. Fuck, that was so much fun.
My brother gave ours away to his girlfriend, his longtime girlfriend's little nephew, and he loves them. So like, it warms my heart that some kid is like terrorizing his older siblings with my rubber. We had an arsenal. Like, you remember how many I had?
I remember you had a chest downstairs with like 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, like 15 or 16.
Did you? Oh my God, I don't remember that.
A lot. And we like tied like hockey laces around them so we could like wear them on our backs and stuff, and like goals, and yeah, we lit each other up. That was fun. No, my brother's good. And my parents, they were happy when they heard I was talking to you tonight. I actually they were driving down to the Jersey Shore. They've been mostly living there during these COVID times. And they, yeah, they're doing well.
Yeah.
All good. How about on your side? How are your parents doing?
Oh, well, they're doing okay. My dad is in Pittsburgh right now, living with my grandma, who's 95, and then my mom is in New York. Right now, she's staying with her long-term boyfriend now, who's a jazz musician. He's a really cool guy, and she's also like kind of taking care of Oma, who's still around.
Oma
is 100. She's going to be 101 in September.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's insane. She tested positive for COVID and was asymptomatic. So, she lived through it. She lived through COVID, dude. At 96, she got a full hip replacement and recovered in like no time.
Jesus.
Yeah, that woman is incredible. Yeah. So hopefully I inherited those genes,
Yeah, right. God damn.
Yeah. So that's what they're doing. And I talk to them, as, like every week or so. It's just weird growing up. It's just weird growing up, like, yeah, they still see me as a very, as their son, of course, but I wonder, like, to what extent they see me as their, like, baby, and, we're not that anymore. We're 30-year-old men now. So.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, right?
I just spent 3 hours playing the Spider-Man video game. I'm not a man. It's crazy though. I mean, obviously we're in denial, but like, was it always this weird? Is it this weird for every generation before us, like growing up and getting to this age where like, you're 30 and like the world is just like so much different and you have no idea what your life is going to be like in 10 years.
I think it's the social pressures, right? I think that's actually a huge thing, and it's it's always there, you know.
Social pressure to do what? Like to like
Well,
traditional like atomic or nuclear family?
yeah,
Or
at least, yeah. Atomic. Yeah, well, yeah, I think, yeah, I think, at least coming from our backgrounds, I think there's something there, like coming from a Catholic upbringing, and I mean, I've gone to like I'm a liberal school, and I'm an actor, and I'm in like a liberal setting now, and but there's still kind of like a pressure, not really from my parents. My parents don't pressure me, but like you turn around and you see friends getting married. At least like so many of the girls from our class in St. Cashions are married now and having kids.
it's only the girls who are the well-adjusted ones. We're
Not
all,
a not a surprise.
yeah,
Everyone else.
literally only the girls. Oh man,
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, it's true.
none of the guys are married. We're all just like,
Yeah, none of us.
none of us.
Well, I don't know Jake and Luke. I haven't talked to them at all.
I know I don't think either of them are married, but I haven't talked to them. But I follow like I'm on social media, and I know I at least have Jake on social. I'm not sure about Luke, but
Yeah, yeah. Is there some years from now, like whenever we're like 50 looking back on this video, is there anything that you think you'd want to say to yourself?
yeah, I mean, how's the beach house?
Wait, actually 50 is only 20 years from now. So that's really not
Okay, so how are both of the beach houses?
yeah.
Oh man, I hope the second wife was better than the first one. Really got to about the third one. No. You should know I'm not going to take that question seriously.
I know, dude. I know. Like, yeah. I'm like try. uh, I know. It's funny because in a format like this, I'm like, there are things that I think that we'll want to like have heard from our younger selves, but it's also like it's so ridiculous to ask us to actually know anything about.
I think it would be so much more beneficial if it was the other way. Like if 50-year-old me could be like, hey, Bobby, invest in Zoom, 3 months ago from now.
Yeah, truly. Yeah. Drop like $2,000 in there. Yeah.
Yeah, put all your money on the Rangers for the Stanley Cup this year. I don't know.
Did the Rangers wait? Did the Stanley Cup happen this year?
No, so they called off the season at the end, and then they had to make some like exceptions and kind of expand the playoffs a little bit to let more teams in who are on the cusp of it, including the Rangers. But we're looking really good, like we were at the end, and the hockey starts again August 1st. So
Wow.
I'm so excited. Can't wait.
Are you a Rangers fan?
Yeah.
What about the Devils?
Nah.
Nah.
My dad raised me a Rangers fan, so I'm a Rangers fan. And I'm really happy right now. The Devils suck, and the Rangers are looking good.
My parents really did not raise me on any sports teams. We watched the Yankees and the Braves play the World Series like when I was 7, I think, or 8. That's really it. Didn't really watch. I didn't really watch. I mean, the first football game I ever watched was when I was right before season 2 of Survivor when that came out, and that was the Ravens and the Giants played, and the Ravens just fucking destroyed the Giants. It was so sweet. Ray Lewis with a pick six, like 31.
The call is over, Kenny.
Dude, hey, yeah. Well, Ray Lewis is over, but a new age has begun with our new quarterback, who I can't remember his name right now. So
The Giants won 2 Super Bowls since then, but that was a tough one that year.
you do both against the Patriots. Sweet
Yeah.
victories.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Like, deflate Tom Brady a bit. Thank God, that guy.
Well, this goes back to you not liking people who other people like. And actually, it's like so many people are on that train though. Like people hate him, but he's just the best. Like I love Tom Brady. I like people who are good at what they do, and I like them even more when other people hate them for
Mm. So where do you stand on Trump?
it. It's not good.
Yeah,
Trump is like
he's a good guy. He's a good guy. No,
no,
no.
Kenny. I always knew there was something off about you.
No, I am not a Trump fan.
This is a anti-Trump podcast. It's not a podcast, but no. Trump is like a kid, or not a kid, like a 20-something-year-old guy who's never thrown a football in his life, and then somebody gives him the football and he throws it and he sucks at it, and then they're like, let's make this guy the starting quarterback for the year. And then somehow he makes the Pro Bowl. Like it makes no sense. That's the football. He's not Tom Brady. He's that guy who's like taking the snaps and like people are like, what is he doing? He just tried to sit on him.
Oh, man. Do you think he's going to get elected again?
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. I say that because last time I was like, he's definitely not gonna. And like a narcissist, I think that my superstitions actually have an effect on what happens.
Mm.
So.
You think so? Interesting. So you think that if you think about him winning, that maybe things will shift to Sleepy Joe? Dude, the guy. I mean Joe. I mean, dude, they both suck. They both suck. Trump is just such a. He is just a bully, and he just calls people names, and
He's a caricature of a bad person.
his economic policies blatantly favor the people who already have money. But then to counteract him, you have a guy who cannot put a sentence together, who's hiding in a basement and is hiding from any kind of media exposure because as soon as he goes on the media, he's going to make a mistake. So, like, is this what our country has come to? I don't know. We don't have to talk about this, I
think everybody knows already. So.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, what else is what is being said that's new?
Yeah, it's a bummer. I think me saying that he's probably going to win is, I'm obviously not going to. I'm going to vote, and it won't be for him, and it won't be for Kanye. But it's a prepare for the worst, hope for the best situation. Because like it was pretty emotionally tough the last time around. I remember I was like setting up the restaurant that I moved down here to open. I had just gotten to North Carolina. I couldn't vote here, even though it was a swing state, because I had just moved here, and it was hard I had like my laptop open and I was streaming the coverage of it, and I was like helping like put a sink in behind the bar, and it was just like watching it slowly happen, state by state. And I was like, fuck, like this is happening. And the way that like he's such a blatantly like bad person, and his values are so terrible, and then like these people like who have good like core values still like delude themselves into thinking that he's the lesser of two evils somehow. But I have yet to encounter an evil worse than that guy. So
yeah,
it's disheartening and it's confusing, but I just try to kind of compartmentalize and not think about it that much.
I remember the day after he was elected. It was in New York, and I was at my uncle's right off of Union Square. And
Great apartment, that place.
oh my God, I'm gonna have Gene on here soon, I think, to, and he, yeah, I went to Union Square to get food or something, and there was a woman giving free hugs, and like everyone was just so, you could just tell everyone was just so depressed, so saddened by that event. And yeah, it was like an emotional 9/11, like a, which isn't, yeah. I mean, do you remember what you were feeling and what you remember from 9/11?
Yeah. I mean, we were together, right? Like it was.
Were you taken out of school? Did you leave?
I was one of the only kids who didn't get taken out.
I think you, me, and Owen were the three who weren't taken out.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think my mom didn't realize that like other kids were getting taken out, and I think she just like didn't want me to like find out that something crazy was going on. But like, she didn't realize that like everybody else was getting taken out. So I was just more like, what is happening? Like teachers were crying. Yeah. Yeah, it is odd. I mean, like I would never, compare those two things, directly for what they were. But it is weird how people kind of remember it, like people who are not Trump supporters. So like you remember where you were when that happened. But yeah.
Yeah, we all thought Mrs.
I lose my train of thought and then I end a sentence with "but." Yeah, I do it all the time.
I'm that too. That's fine. That's yeah. It is interesting. Like when you go back and watch, like I realize how many times I go yeah, and it's really, yeah. But it's also, I mean, it's just other people are just tuning into us. This is not, you know what I mean? It's just us.
It's funny. Like yeah is like my way of saying I kind of lost my train of thought there, but I hope some of that was valuable.
Yeah. 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 It'll be interesting to see. Like, hopefully, the stuff will be around for years, right? So, like, I that's kind of my hope, is that like when you're 50, you can look back and think and see what you said about 9/11 and see if it actually matches up with your memory in 20 years from now. Will you remember the same thing? I don't.
Yeah.
That happened 20 years ago. 9/11 happened 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I think the thing I remember was that we all thought Mrs. Weigel had died.
We did.
Like, because I mean, Mrs. Fromfield had left. Or no, she actually, no, she hadn't. She hadn't left yet. We still had Fromfield, right?
Yeah, she left. She left when we got there in 5th grade, right? Did she come back after we?
No,
we had her. We had Mrs. Fromfield for like
2 weeks or so.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Of 5th grade, and then she left, and we got Mrs. Moore or Miss Moore, and then we would see her around school, but I don't think she was actually back to being a full-time teacher. That Mr. O'Mara was there. We were in the 6th grade, weren't we? Or were we in the 5th grade?
We were in the 5th grade. and then she left, and then it was Miss
I remember being
Sikowski.
in
Miss
Miss
Sikowski. Hmm.
I remember being in Miss Rookie's classroom and this was going down. Right? Because we that was the first year that we, or if it was fifth grade and we're right about this, that was the first year that we would like change classrooms to go to different classes.
That's correct. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we were physically in Miss Rookie's classroom when it started, and then they didn't move us after. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. We were in. Oh, wait.
You're looking at the boys' bathroom at the end of the hall. We were in the
Yeah.
room.
We were in the room to the left for fifth grade. You look
Yeah.
at the boys' bathroom. To the left was fifth grade, Mrs. Fromfield. To the right was Mrs. Rookie's.
And we were in that room to the right physically. I think.
When during?
I just remember seeing teachers crying and kids getting pulled out of that sixth grade classroom.
Oh, interesting. Wow. I don't remember that specifically.
Do you think we were in the other room?
I
Or do you not remember what room you were
I
in?
don't no, I don't remember. I remember being at recess and being like, what the heck is happening? I remember someone crying in, I think we had computer class actually that day. It was like our second period or something. And weird things were starting to happen in computer class. That's what that's the little I remember. But
Maybe being in that sixth grade classroom is when I realized something was wrong. Something was off.
yeah, because that was before Miss Lombarski.
Yeah, we had Miss Santora.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, she sucked. She was hungover all the time.
Yeah. Didn't she have a hickey on her neck one time?
Dude, how'd you remember it? You're right. Yeah, she did. She had a hickey on her.
Yeah, and she said it was like a birthmark. And we're like, I wasn't there last week.
Oh, God.
God.
Oh, Bobby. Okay. Anything else you want to say?
No, man, it's good to see you.
That's a great time.
Let's get another Zoom St. Cashin's call going. My mom even gave me shit about missing it because like I guess Sam told her mom that like we did this and I wasn't there, and my mom was like, "You missed the St. Cashin's Zoom call." I'm like, I didn't mean to, Mom. But anyway, let me redeem myself in the eyes of my mother and set one up again, please.
Yeah, let me actually. I'm gonna write that down. I think other people would like to join in too.
Cool.
Okay. Yes.
I'm sending you a link to my Instagram so you can see some of the food I've been cooking, and also the links to all of my articles are in my bio.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And I'll put that in the description, and I will. I don't have any editing material on my computer right now, so I'm gonna get that, and then I'm gonna edit that stuff out. Yeah. Yeah. Cool, dude.
Great to see you, man.
Yeah, man. I love you. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. You want to meet Lauren real quick?
I would love to. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Cool. Let me grab her.
Oh, that'll be nice. I love Bobby. Good man. Kind man. St. Cashin Zoom call. I need to get this editing material. Oh my God. Of Corona. Best video editor. Turn it to Windows Movie Maker and iMovie. Let's do it. Download.
Got her. Sorry, I peed too.
All right. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I've heard so many nice things about you, Lauren. It's nice to meet you.
He's
Thank
lying.
you.
I was trashing you.
Go back through the video and see him trashing you. Oh.
Kenny is one of my oldest friends.
Mm,
Yeah, we've known each other since kindergarten.
wow.
Yeah, 25 years.
I didn't know that long.
Insane. Have you been in Raleigh your whole life?
No, I grew up in Virginia. I just came down here for school, but I've been here ever since.
Cool.
Yeah. Where do you live?
I'm in Sarasota, Florida right now.
Ooh, Florida.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You
That's
right.
exactly right.
You see Florida man in the news, and it's most likely Kenny.
Yeah, wrestling alligators. Exactly. Dude, actually, I got to tell you, there was a news article here about how like two different major sewage lines just like broke open into Sarasota Bay. So like this pristine beach just got like literal shit just like covered all over it.
That's gross.
That's like 2 months. So come down to Florida. It's great.
Yeah. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Instead of Goo.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Are you and you're involved with food a lot too? Or
I
writing?
write about food occasionally for the magazine I write for. I don't cook though. Bobby does that.
You cook at home.
I roast vegetables, and that's pretty much where that stops.
I've always admired. She cooks for herself, like especially when we first started dating. We ate separately. Like she would always cook herself dinner and stuff. A lot of people just, especially in our generation, like to order everything. So
Yeah, I can't afford that.
It's
your
so
values.
Right, that's what it is.
it's so easy to just order Chipotle, like I like that. That's my
Sometimes I wonder why I do anything else.
I haven't had Chipotle in a long time. I actually don't remember the last time I had Chipotle.
Well, we have this great taco truck sort of near us. It's really close to where I used to live, and like I would get burritos from there a lot. It's just the best.
well, sushi is so good. Do you make sushi, Bobby?
Ooh, Bobby makes great sushi. We have gotten sushi more, like I think that's the main thing that we've gotten takeout wise
During COVID,
during
especially.
COVID. Yeah.
It's like you can't beat like the buy one get one.
Yeah, we've ordered sushi like 5 times.
Oh, there's this great sushi buffet here where it would just be, I don't know if they're called sashimi, but it's just like the rice balls with the fish on top. I think.
That's nigiri.
Oh,
What is it?
Nigiri.
Nigiri.
Sashimi is when there's no rice.
Okay. Nigiri. So like there's sushi buffet just like puts out a boat of nigiri, just like, and it's all you can eat for $12.
Penny, why would you
just
eat
nigiri,
anywhere
though?
else?
Right?
nigiri? I don't like nigiri.
It's not just nigiri. It's not. You also get like, I mean, but that's what I like. So I just get like literally 40 of those and just shovel them down.
A lot of sushi.
It's
We're gonna have something light tonight. I think sushi. 40 pieces. So yeah, so I can't help myself, but this is a teaching moment. So that's nigiri. The sashimi is without rice, and then the hand rolls, or what Lauren calls actual sushi, is called maki. MAKI.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
We did Whole30 a while ago for 17 days, so we did a whole 17, and we made cauliflower rice sushi.
It's so good.
Yeah, it was actually kind of scratched that itch, and it is like no carb basically, so it's a nice little hack.
I've been trying to do without carbs, of course, except for good old.
Tis the season for Corona, right?
I know, yeah, yeah. This is exactly. That's why I drink it, to celebrate. But yeah, it's interesting. Like, I just feel so much lighter. I feel so much. I don't know. I just feel healthier without carbs and sugar too. I've been trying to keep sugar out of it too.
Yeah. Sugar is the enemy. That's what Zach says.
Zach's her brother.
Zach's like, sugar's the
Okay.
enemy.
Yeah, but then he like orders.
He goes to McDonald's like 4 times a week.
It's amazing.
Sugar is the enemy. Okay.
Such strong verbal convictions.
Oh, cool.
Why are you sitting
That's
here?
Because the tapestry. I don't know. This is YouTube. This is the big time, Lauren. I don't need that tapestry in the background.
So you have all my fucking stickers?
Yeah. Character. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, it was really nice to.
I went to college.
Yeah, I saw that tapestry and I saw that Cosmo. What is it, Cosmo?
Oh,
I was showing Kenny how it's not my room. Oh, another thing that proves that it's not my room is I'm not a smart, strong, sensual woman.
I painted that myself. Thank you.
Oh, man. All right, Kenny. It was great to see you, man.
Dude, yeah, man, I love you. Yeah, it was nice to meet you, Lauren. Yeah, it was awesome.
Edited out the parts where I was trashing her.
Yeah.
I want to see this when it's posted on the internets.
I am downloading editing software as we speak, so hopefully it'll be up tonight in like hopefully an hour or something. I'd love to just put it up quick. I like the quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Very nice.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Hey, I miss you and I love you, and yeah, soon we'll see each other in person soon. Okay.
Can't wait. I love you, man. Set up that St. Cashin Zoom call again. I'll make it this time. I won't forget. Lauren was there when I found out I missed it.
It was like an hour
I was so
later.
bummed.
It was like 9 o'clock, and I was like, wasn't that thing? Like
No,
8?
it was like we were like watching TV on the couch and we fell asleep. And then I saw that like you emailed the group saying Miss Lombarski's on, like come on, and like that was even like 2 hours after I saw it. So it was late when I saw it.
No.
But anyway,
Cool.
we'll
Yeah,
do it next
yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. And if you're ever down a man for poker, please count me in because I've been going to the local casino lately, and it's yeah, I love it. It's fun.
It's a $30 buy-in. We sent it all to my buddy, and yeah, he just cashes us out at the end. You can buy back in as many times as you want. Yeah, I'll let you know next time we do it.
That's awesome, dude. Okay. All right. Have a good night.
Peace out, brother.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.